So yesterday we have created a table and we created a simple program to read the table data and display as output. So this is the program, right? Double click on the table. It will take you to the table. So this is the table what we have created. So what type of data we are going to store in this table?
Employee master data.
So it's a master data table. Okay. Okay. It's a master data table. So I've created a table and I've created some records in the table, right? How many records I have in this table? 3 records. So after some time, I have a requirement to add more fields to the table, like address, their passport number, etc. Is it possible to add more fields? Is it possible to add more fields to the table?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
since it is a custom table, it is not a standard SAP table. Okay, this is not a
Okay.
table provided by SAP.
That's okay.
So we created this table for our requirement. So whenever you need, depends on the requirement. So just
You
analyze
can add
what
them.
is the data you need, extra data you need. Just change the table and add additional fields. Example, I need to add country, and go to built-in types. Just like that. Okay, save it, check, and activate the table. Now we have one more field in the table. Like that, you can add any number of fields, depends on your requirement. Okay, changing primary keys. Can we remove this employee ID as primary key? You already make it as a primary key and created some data. So is it possible to remove this employee ID as primary key? Can we make it as a normal key? Yes, you can make employee ID as a normal key and you can make another field as a primary key. Okay, but in that case, whatever the records created in the table, right? In some cases, depends on the data records, you are going to lose data. Okay, data records will be deleted because previously data records are maintained uniquely based on employee ID, right? Now, if you change the primary key to some other key, some other field, so all the records in the table might got removed. Not all the records, whatever the records which are not suitable for that key might got deleted. That's why whenever you are changing the keys, primary keys, make sure, okay, is it really required or not? Okay, clear? If you are adding more primary keys, then it will allow more records to add because it will check for the all primary key conditions, right? For the same employee ID, if you make employee ID city as primary keys, both as primary keys. You can create multiple records, right, for the same employee ID. 100 with Hyderabad, 100 with Chennai, 100 with Delhi. Like that, you can enter multiple records in the combination of city, right? So that whenever you are assigning primary keys, make sure whether it is suitable field to assign as primary key or not. Otherwise, unnecessarily you are going to save many records in the table if you use more primary keys unnecessarily. Okay. Now go to the contents and check the data. I haven't created any new data records. So it contains three records. The country is empty because we added it recently, right? Going forward, the data will be created. 202. Okay, save it. Now go and check the contents. Going forward, you'll be have field in the field value for the country, right? Now, so how we created the table, how we assigned the data type for the fields by using built-in types, right? Correct. So I have provided the data type and length and description. I manually provided data type, length and description for each field using built-in types. Let's assume I'm creating one more table. Zdemo emp salary. Create the table. What is the delivery class? What is the delivery class we have to assign? Is it application table or customizing table? It is the
Application.
application table. So assign delivery and maintenance allowed. Go to the fields. For employee salary, what might be the primary key? Employee ID would be the primary key for employee salary also. Okay. Go to built-in types. Now this table is creating by some other developer. Okay. Some other developer who newly joined in the project. Let's assume. Okay. Now the developer might think employee ID may not be a character value, that might be a number, and he might provide length as 12. Okay. And for salary data, let's assume it's a monthly salary data. We need a, can we use only single primary key employee ID to store multiple, like a monthly salary of the employee? Month care, or I'll see, I'll take num_c 2. So I'll maintain the months in number. Salary. What is the type suitable for salary? This one, decimal. Decimal in the sense P. Okay. In program level, we use it as P. Here it is decimal. Okay. 13. You can provide the decimal places also if required. Okay. I'll provide 3 decimal places. Or for now, take integer. Now, so is this table suitable to save the employee monthly salary? We have employee ID, month and salary. Can we save?
Sir, for salary can we take currency, sir?
Yeah, we can take. But for
Okay.
this example, just assume like we have three
Okay,
fields.
okay.
Okay, we have to take decimal. Okay, with currency type only, as you said. But if we need to discuss about the currency, we need to introduce one more topic. Okay,
Okay, okay, sir.
so I don't want
Yeah,
to confuse now. That's why I'm taking integer.
yeah. Okay, okay.
Okay, so now tell me, is this table sufficient to save salary data? So I have an employee ID, month to save the which month salary it is and the salary amount. Is this enough to find the employee salary or to read the employee salary?
Employee name.
Name, why? Name is
Okay,
already there
okay.
in employee master data, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Again, why we should maintain name, city, date of join and everything in the same table,
Yeah, it is enough.
right? We should not maintain all the data in the same table. We should break tables, depends on the data. Okay,
Yes, sir.
whoever read DBMS might understand the concept of normalization and denormalization to avoid redundant data in the same table, right? So if we denormalize the table, it will, that means we keep employee master data in one table and employee salary data in different table, and employee other data like employee benefits or employee insurance data, okay, employee performance data in different tables, so that we are not going to save everything in the same table. We are going to break the table into multiple tables. Okay, if you want employee name, what you should do, if you know the employee ID, read from the employee master data, this table. If you need employee salary, read from this table. What is the common key between all the tables? What is the common key between all the employee tables?
ID.
Employee ID.
Yes.
Okay, so you are reading employee salary data, and if you want to also display the employee name, what you have to do, you have to read employee name from the other table and display it. Okay, you should not keep all the data in same table. Okay, now go to technical settings. So what is the suitable data class for this? I'm selecting it as transaction data. It's not master data, right? Salary data. I'm talking about employee salary data. Month on month, it will be different, right? Now, what is the size category for 0 here? 0 to 20,000. Because we have taken only 3 fields, right, in the table. That's why the size category value is different. Okay, please observe number of fields you are maintaining in the table. It is impact the size category limit. It will impact the size category limit. Okay. If you take only few fields, you will get size category number as high for each range size category value. Okay. I'm taking 0, save and activate. Error occurred. What is the error? Month is reserved word. What it is saying?
Not activated.
What is the error? When I'm activating, I got the error. What is the error?
Is asking to select other field name. Month is the reserved name.
Month is the reserved word. Okay, it is reserved for SAP. Okay, we cannot use it in the custom tables. Okay. Similarly, we have many words which we cannot use in the custom tables. Instead of that, we need to use different table because these words are reserved for SAP. Only SAP standard tables can be used this. So now tell me, you can use underscore, okay? To maintain fields like this, you can use underscore, sal underscore month or uh, EMP underscore salary. Like this, you can maintain, okay? So now tell me, I've activated the table. Now tell me, is this table sufficient to maintain employee month-wise salary? Can we maintain the employee month-wise salary in this table? Now let's try to create some entries. First thing, is this employee ID compatible with the employee master data? So earlier we have discussed employee master data is the primary requirement to maintain any transactions in the system, right? Without the employee master data, we cannot create any transactions in the system because employee master data, employee ID is the reference for rest of the transactional tables. Just like bank account. If you go to any bank, first you have to open the account, right? And they'll create your customer master data and they'll give you one ID, account number or customer ID, right? Next time, when you want to do some transaction, what is the reference for the transaction? Your account number is reference for the every transaction, right? Correct? Similarly, here we have created a table for employee master data, and with reference to this employee master data, we are going to maintain transaction data. Now tell me, what is the type of employee ID in employee master data? Character 10.
Enter.
Now, what is the type of employee ID in employee salary data?
Numeric.
Number with length 12, because some other developer created this and he think that employee ID is a number and the length is 12. Is both tables are in sync or compatible? No, right? Here employee ID is character 10 and here the employee ID is numeric 12. There is no consistency of data, correct? There is no consistency, right? So this might happen when you are trying to use built-in types. Okay, every user might create their own data types and the length. There is no consistency across the system. To avoid that, we're going to use data elements and domains. First, let's fix this and go to the data elements and domains. Char 10. I'm changing this. Save. What I did here, I changed character number type to character, right? I've changed the data type of the field. Okay, so it is possible to change the data type of the field, right? Once you created the table. But when there is some data in the table, you should make sure is it really required to change the data type or not, because if you change the data type, you are going to lose that value. For example, you have some character data in the employee ID, which is type character, and you have some characters like ABC. And later, if you are trying to change it to number, what will happen? Is it going to allow that value ABC in numbers? Is it going to allow characters in the number type?
No.
No. So again, it will accept you to change the type, but whatever the values inside that field, right? Those values will be deleted because you are trying to change, you are trying to maintain characters in the number field, right? But let's assume it is a number field. Since beginning, it is a number type, and you are trying to change it as a character. Is it going to delete any data in that field? You are trying to change number type as character. In this scenario, is it going to delete any data from the field? No, it is not, because character can accept any value, right? Including special characters, numbers, letters, whatever. Character can accept any type of data, right? That's why it won't disturb any existing data in the table. Okay? But if you are trying to change character data to numeric, it will definitely disturb the data, because numeric data types cannot accept the character values, right? And we have an issue and it will delete the data whatever available in the field, that particular field. Okay, this is a very important interview question also. They'll ask you, so is it possible to change data type of a field which contains data? So what is your answer? Yes or no? Yes, we can
Yes. Yes,
change the
but
data type of the field, but if it is a numeric field, if we change type to character, there is no issue. It will accept and it won't disturb any data because character can accept anything. But when you are trying to change character data type to numeric, right, then we might face a issues. We may lose values in that field because character data cannot be accepted by numerical data types, right? So whenever you are changing character data type to numeric type, you should make sure that there is no character data, for example, A, B, C, D, like that in the field. If there is no character data, it will accept. If it contains only numbers, okay? The other interview question here is, can we change the primary keys of a table? So you created a table and you transported it to production and it is live in production. Now, so is it possible to change primary keys of the table?
Yes.
Yes, we can change it, but you have to analyze whether it is really required or not, because if you change the primary key fields, it will disturb the records. Okay, it may delete the some of the records which are going to be duplicate. Okay, clear? Now activate the table. So now both tables are in sync, right? Employee ID character 10, in the master data also employee ID character 10. Now let's maintain some data. 100, uh, first month salary, some 10,000, save. For 101, employee ID 101, first month salary 10,000. For 102, first month salary some 12,000. Now I have three records for three different employees for January month salary, right? Now next month I need to maintain salary for the same employees for 100, month 02, 10,000. What it is saying? What it is saying? Is it allowing to create salary for second month? A data record with specified keys already exists. Can you tell me why it is not allowing to create salary for the February? Why it is not allowing? What is the primary key here?
employee ID.
Employee ID. Can we create multiple records with the same employee ID if we have employee ID as primary key?
No, sir.
It will accept only unique values. That is one record for each employee, right? So to maintain salary data, what we have to do? We have to make month is also a primary key, right? We should make month is also a primary key. Then it will check for combination of employee ID and month. Now it should allow to create 02, some 10,000, save. It is allowing or not? It is allowing, right? Similarly, 101, Second month salary, sum 11,102. Second month salary, sum 11,000, save. Like that, you can create up to how many months? To how many months you can create? For 100, I'm creating, I'll keep on creating till 12 months. Fifth month, created. Sixth month, created. Seventh month, created. Eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th month also created. For December also, salary record got created. Now after December, is he going to get salary or not? What is the next month after December?
January.
New year. Next year, January. Now let's try to enter January data again. Some 12,000. What it is saying? A data record with specified keys already exists with the combination of 100 and January, because we have already, for this employee ID 100, we have already a record, right? For January month. That's why it is not allowing one more record with the combination of employee ID 100 and month January, right? Because this combination of a record is already there in the table. Now, is it going to allow to create records for the next year in this scenario? Is it going to allow? Now, what we have to do? So, it is allowing to create employee salary data for only 1 year from January to December, and it is not allowing to create next year salary data. Now, tell me, what is the solution for this? To make it allow salary records for each year, every year.
Add year in this.
Yes. So we have to add year in this table as a primary key, not a normal field. Make it as a primary key. Let's take it as some number, num_c 4. Now it should allow. Now go to create entries. 100, 01, year is 2023. Some salary, save. Okay. So data record is created. Correct. For second month also, it will allow. Save. For the next year, change the year 2024 and January month again. Click on save. Right. Now how many records I have here? 19 records. Execute. Now I have 19 records in the table. Okay. See, since we did not add salary for the previous records, those are all blank. Okay. Now I have a requirement to remove one of the primary key, that is month and year. Or let's remove year first. I'm removing year field. Where is it? As a primary key. Now how many records I have? 19 records, right? In the table. I'm removing it as primary key. Click on save and activate. Errors occurred when activating. So structure change at field level. Convert table Z. So when you change the primary key fields, right? When you change the primary key field as non-primary key field, it won't directly activate. First, you have to use a special transaction code, that is database utility /o SC14, I think. Yeah, SC14. Okay, when you got this error, right? Structural change error. When you change the primary key as non-primary key field, you have to activate and adjust the database table using this SC14 transaction code, database utility. It is also a important interview question. So what is the transaction code we have to use to activate and adjust the database table when you change
SC14.
the primary keys? SC14. That we can also call database utility. Enter the table name, edit, execute database operation. What is the option we have? Active and adjust the database. We don't need to select any of these options. Just active and adjust the database table. Enter the table name and active, edit, and active and adjust the database. Yes. Request adjust table. Yes. So that is completed, executed successfully. Now go back to your table. Go back. Your table is active, right? Your table is active because we activated this in which transaction code?
SC14.
SC14, database utility, because we changed primary key field as non-primary key field. Okay. It should also convert the backend table where the table actually available, database, right? Backend database layer. So whatever the change we did, that should also apply to the backend actual table. That's why we run the database utility. It will make sure backend table also converted as per this change. Now go to check the records. Now how many records we have?
16.
Earlier how many records we have?
19.
19 records. It deleted 3 records because when we removed the year, right? Those three records become duplicate by employee ID and month. Okay. Now I am removing employee month as a primary key. I'm making it as a non-primary key. Save, check, structure level, change at the field level, convert table. Now where we have to go?
SC14.
SC14, database utility. Go enter your table name, click on edit, scroll down, activate and adjust the database. So the backend database will be adjusted as per our table structure change. Okay. Now go back and open once again. It is active now. Now check the number of entries in this table. How many entries are there?
3.
Only 3 entries. Remaining entries are deleted because now it will maintain only by employee ID as a unique records, right? It won't consider rest of the keys as a primary key, and it won't check for the other combination. Okay. So it will identify only employee ID as a unique record. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You should understand this concept. Okay. We should not just selecting primary keys and create the tables. We should analyze. Okay. We should think why we need to use only this primary key. Okay. And we need to think, okay, to uh, to make the table accept more entries, what are the other primary keys required? In this example, you have seen to maintain the employee salary, what are the required primary keys? We need employee ID, month, and year, right? Then only we can maintain salary for employee for all the months, right? Salary is not specific to only 1 year, right? Every year, company has to pay salaries for the employees. So the table should accept salary for every year, right? Not only 1 year from January to December, right? It should accept every year. So for that reason, we need month and year also. Correct? Otherwise, this table is not suitable to maintain employee salary, right? If you observe, it is not throwing the error now. I've added 2 more primary keys, right? It is not throwing any error. But when I am removing these keys as primary keys, it is required to activate and adjust the database. Because why there is a error? Why they have added that check? Because when we are removing the primary keys, we are going to lose the data. But when we are adding, we are not going to lose the data. Maybe we are going to allow more records. That's why it's not, there is no issue. Okay. Is everyone clear on this concept?
Yes.
Now, so in the earlier stage, what we have discussed uh, master data is required, right, to create any transactions for any data, for any kind of data. Master data is required, right? Without master data, we should not allow transactions, right?
Yes, sir.
So now, but here it is allowing any transactions in the employee salary data table. There is no link. First, let's check the employee IDs in master data table. So how many records? We have five records for 5 employees, starting from 100, 101, 102, 2022. Now let's create record for 300 in employee salary data. Is it a valid employee or not? Is 300 is a valid employee? Is it a valid employee record in your organization? Is employee number 300? Is it available in master data?
No.
No, it's not a valid entry. 300 is a not a valid employee. as long as it is not available in the master data table. Okay, this is same for every data, material, whatever it is. As long as it is available in master data, that is a valid entry. Otherwise, it's a invalid entry. We should not allow in the transactions. First, you need to maintain this in master data, then only you should allow in your transactions. I'm creating entry 300. Ideally, you should not allow, right? Save. Is it allowing or not? In the employee salary data, it is allowing because there is no such check available, okay, to identify whether this field, whether this employee ID is available in master data table or not. There is no check, right? That's why it is allowing. But is it a proper way to allow? It is not recommended, right? To create entries like that.
Yes, sir.
300 is an invalid entry. It should not allow. Table should not allow. For that reason, so we have a concept called foreign keys. Along with primary key, we have a concept called foreign key. Foreign keys is a relationship between okay, this table and the master data table. Just select this. There is a symbol, foreign key symbol. We are in employee salary data table. Now establish the foreign key between current table and employee master table. To create this foreign key relationship, right? The check table, the employee master table, employee ID should be a primary key. Is it a primary key in the table or not? In the master table, what is the primary key?
Employee.
So employee ID is the primary key. And what is the type? Character 10. Here, this may be a primary key or non-primary key. That is not required. It might be also a non-primary key. Okay. Employee ID might be a key, primary key or non-primary key in the current table, employee salary table. But that should be a primary key in employee master table. That is the requirement to create the foreign key relationship. So what will happen when you establish the foreign key relationship? So it will always check for the entry in this table, employee master data table. If there is a entry with that corresponding value, it will allow. Otherwise, it won't allow. Now establish the foreign key relationship. Select the employee ID field. Select the foreign key. Foreign key is only possible for fields with the data element. What it is saying? Foreign keys are possible only for the entries with the data elements. But
Data element.
we are not using data elements. We are using built-in types. Okay. So we
Sir.
cannot establish that foreign key relationship. For that, that is the another reason to use data elements and domains when you are creating a table instead of built-in types. Okay. We have a data consistency issue. So we have a data consistency issue so that every user, each individual user might enter their own data types and lengths when they are creating different tables, right?
Yes, sir.
Field names are common. We should maintain same data type and length, right? Wherever you are using employee ID.
Yes, sir.
So to make sure that we need to use the data elements and domains. So in tomorrow's class, I'll explain in detail about data elements, domains, and foreign key relationships. Okay. But whatever we have discussed today, these are very important when you are working in the projects. Okay.
Sir, how to make a field as a mandatory field, sir?
Primary key is a mandatory field.
Okay.
When you're selecting a field as a primary key, what does that mean? It is a
It's
mandatory
mandatory.
field. You should enter the value.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.